All right, so here we are with the with the screen share for the part two of today's video. Now, as you can see with the mirror, we got zero. We got nothing. We could zoom out, we could zoom in, nothing. Doesn't that? There's nothing. This is a whiteboard, by the way. Now, if we go into, well, I didn't show it to you last time, but I have this other thing called this week, next week. So in this case, what we're gonna do is when you have some kind of endeavor, some project, some topic, something you're working on, then you're going to want to write in the goals and then talk about what you're going to do this week, next week, beyond next week. Now, this can be used when people are giving you advice. So I have a hard time when people are giving me advice because it's like, why? I mean, like how much? I've done a lot of research. I've thought about this a lot. And then you're what? You're giving me like your advice, meaning like just something you thought up after 5 minutes. Now, in some cases, it's useful. Like there's a lot of people that give great advice, but they just don't really know where it fits in my thinking. And the thing is, if I don't know where it fits in my thinking, then it can be problematic. And so that's why this kind of this week, next week, it's very helpful because you can, okay, so I'm trying to develop some kind of method for coaches to know how to analyze what their students need, and so that they can introduce the right tool, right? But the thing is that with an online course, like I'm trying to develop online course tools, so I'm trying to teach you like the tools, what you can actually use. So, I mean, to some extent, you're gonna have to learn all the tools, or you're gonna have to learn at least some tools, and then practice using those tools, and then slowly you're gonna figure out how to, in what situation do these tools apply. All right. So you see this issue. It's like, so what I'm trying to say is, well, where do we start from? What's a starting point? What's a good starting point? Which tool can be used most often? And I mean, that's where this framework comes, because we have, well, every single person, they're dealing with some situation where they're trying to shape potential. All right, so do you have a problem with motivation? Is there an issue on your team? Is there somebody that needs motivation? What are the motivations of the project? Or is it resources? Is there a problem with your resources? Is it that you don't have enough resources? Is it that you don't have enough people? You don't have enough time? You don't have enough money? So, I had a conversation with a guy, and he was like telling me, yeah, so everybody says there's not enough time, there's not enough people, there's not enough money. That's just common. But actually, usually the issue is there's not enough skill, right? There's not enough data. Like those are there's not enough infrastructure. We need the right infrastructure. We need the right data, the right skill. And if you have those things, then what's the problem? When you say that we have a lack of people, you're actually saying we have a lack of skill. When you say we have a lack of time, you're saying we have a lack of data and infrastructure. So let's get more specific. So there's a checklist around what resources you need. There's also like a tool, I call them checklists. Tom calls them checklists around motivations, understanding like motivation and how to enhance motivation. Now, his is more about like analyzing what kind of person are you, and then what kind of person do you need at these various stages of a project. Interaction, maybe it's a problem with your interaction. Maybe there's a problem with the way that you're working with people, or maybe there's a problem with the way that the people are structured together in teams. All right, so you have all these things as potential. You use these things in order to what? And then based on like what you're trying to do, then you have to form some kind of plan. You have to develop some assumptions. So there's some tools about developing assumptions. Well, like right here. So actually, we can look at it from here. So this is in my video today, I was actually talking about this. Identify entities or efforts that the endeavor affects or that affect the endeavor. Prepare to reuse aspects of the endeavor. Prepare to merge processes. Yeah, but unless you're like very experienced and super smart, does this make any sense to you? Anyways, it doesn't look like we had much success in today's video, but let's keep on moving forward. So we'll see you tomorrow.